Now, even as the armed forces work tirelessly to bring relief to those hit by the floods in the Kashmir Valley, lakhs still remain stranded. Times Now's Padmaja Joshi brings us a detailed report from the Army Aviation helipad, where survivors recount their ordeal.
We're at the JAC Light Infantry Air Base, from where several people have been brought from the Badami Bagh camp. A lot of them really elderly, old ladies have been rescued, a few children also with them, and all of this operation is being undertaken by the JAC Light Infantry. You can see old people also here on the spot. Brigadier Pankaj Sinha, in fact, is the entire operation in charge. He's here with us. Brigadier Sinha, these are very trying circumstances because so many days have passed. People are also running out of patience. What are the kind of difficulties that you are facing during your rescue operations now?
Presently what we are doing is rescue ke saath we are giving priority to the relief. So people are stuck. We are trying to take water, food and medicine to them. There are places where people are agitated. They are doing stone pelting. That time we need to show patience and convince them and get to our job. That's what we are doing.
And other than the very difficult terrain that you have to navigate, also there is a lot of personal touch that you have to apply over here. How are you managing to strike a balance between the two? Because here you are dealing with people, it's not just airlifting cargo. What is that personal touch that you are extending?
You see, a lot of people are approaching you. Their kith and kin are stuck and they want us to extricate them. As far as we are concerned, for us everybody is priority one. There is no discrimination, everybody is priority one. At the same time, we can't take out everybody at the same time, together. So you have to give them a very patient hearing. You have to convince them that yes, their turn will come. Within that, we try to prioritize if there is somebody who is more critical. First address those like people who are not well, there are ladies who are pregnant, there are small children, there are old people who are suffering from cancer and things like that. So, as far as possible, we are giving them priority. Otherwise, whosoever comes first, whosoever is seen in distress, we remove them first.
The message that the army is sending out here is, we are your army. You are the people that we are here to rescue. Remember, many of them also have families, have children who are trapped. So they are rescuing everyone. They are all these sorties. Hundreds of such sorties take off every day, not just to rescue the people, but also to distribute relief material in areas where help has not reached so far. Extremely trying circumstances, but the main objective right now is to get out as many people as possible, make sure they are safe and that they are given food as soon as possible. These people, they have been evacuated, 70 plus. Their children came all the way to Delhi, completely petrified. They were just waiting for their parents, some news of them. They had not been rescued. They were even prepared for them to personally go and somehow reach out to their parents. In fact, let's speak to them now. आप बहुत देर तक थे अपने घर में. क्या कुछ हुआ और फाइनली रेस्क्यू कैसे हुआ आपका?
हम रात को 8 साढ़े 8 बजे हम सारा घूम के गए हैं. जीरो ब्रिज, लाल चौक, ये डल गेट, सारा उबराए से होके हम अच्छी तरह घर पहुंचे हैं. घर पहुंच के तो हमने देखा कि सब ठीक ठाक है. हमने एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं किया था कि हम इतनी जल्दी ना हमें भागना पड़ेगा. हमारा सर्वेंट आया, उसने बोला कि 5 बजे के करीब कि आप उठो उठो उठो, पानी आ गया है. हम 2 सेकंड में सिर्फ अपना आप बचा के तो ऊपर भागे. फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे गए. फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे 5 सेकंड में पानी आ गया. वहाँ से भी हम निकले तो 3rd फ्लोर पे गए. 3rd फ्लोर में ना हमें पानी ना कुछ नहीं था. हम 5 दिन ऐसे ही बैठे रहे, हमें कोई हेल्प नहीं मिली.
You know, you came to Delhi from Delhi and you were prepared for the worst. You said that
we were. In fact, we had thought in case they are not evacuated, we will go ourselves and evacuate them. In fact, we were planning, first thing we'll go is to a house, see if they are there or not. If they are evacuated, fine, well and good, we'll search for them. Otherwise, we'll do it ourselves.
You were in the services yourself. Eventually, what happened? Eventually, you turned to the army and then?
It was, we came all prepared, but the speed at which the army moved us from Srinagar airport to the house where the actual rescue operations were happening was extremely fast. But the unfortunate part is once you leave the army gate and you're in the hands of the civil administration, it was a mammoth task. We had to run around the whole of Srinagar to find them. There is not an iota of information outside when you leave the army camp. As a civilian or anybody who's getting rescued, once you leave the army camp, there is nobody to save you.
So that is someone who's been involved in a number of sorties during Operation Sahayata. So how many, Colonel Gurdeep, how many such sorties do you carry out in a day? What is an average day for you like?
We start off at the first light, and thereafter we are completely involved in the flood relief operations. All heptas of Army Aviation which are operating here, we start at first light, and thereafter we're doing shuttles after shuttles, evacuating people who are stranded in various places in those houses. At times dropping the relief supplies, giving medical evacuation and relocating people. Wherever possible, you know, when we are flying over Srinagar town, there are a lot of places you find help, they want food, water or medical evacuation. So we are just going down, winching people up and taking them to safer places.
If there's the single biggest challenge that you have to face during this operation, what is it?
Yeah, single biggest challenge is the flight safety. See, when you're flying over a town, a built-up area, there are so many wires, there's so many obstacles. When you go down, you don't know whether your tail rotor, you know, your main rotors may strike into some, you know, wires, some towers. It is very difficult actually to assess. So that is the biggest challenge.
And also in some places where you do not get full cooperation of the people who you are trying to reach out to. What are those areas?
Yeah, that's right. You know, there are places, as you have seen yourself, there are places like Batmalu, Lal Chowk, at places where the people are throwing stones at you. You know, idea is to help them out. We were trying to go down and drop supplies. You know, we would like to go down as low as possible so that the food supplies that we are dropping don't go waste. And the water bottles and, you know, all these things are handed over safely to them. So, but when people start pelting stones, you know, it becomes difficult. So, unfortunately, you know, we are not able to deliver any food or supplies to them. We go ahead to a different area where people are more docile and people are more friendly. So, but, you know, we continue this throughout the day. We just come back, switch off, refuel, go back again. And this process continues till the last light.
Thanks very much and good luck with your operations, Colonel Gurdeep Singh. With video journalist Sajjad in Srinagar, Padmaja Joshi for Times Now. What we're seeing right now is just symptomatic of some of the challenges that the army has to face while carrying out the relief operations. Currently, we are in an army helicopter which is hovering over the Batmalu area. Now, the problem that they are facing again and again is that people in certain areas are a little hostile, and every time a hepta goes close to the ground in an attempt to drop a load, to drop some relief material, some people are trying to instigate others, and they are pelting stones at the helicopter, endangering the vehicle itself, which is why what has happened on a number of occasions, whenever the army has tried to drop relief material, especially in the Batmalu area, where we are is right next to the Batmalu bus station, they are not able to do so, and what they've done is that they've gone to an area close by, which is Rajbagh, which is the reason why many of the people in Batmalu are now saying that they haven't got any relief material. The basic reason for that is some people within the crowd who try and spell stones at the army helicopter, only hampering the operations which are on currently to deliver as much rescue material, as much food supply to the people at present. Right now, the water in Batmalu has receded considerably. It's only about at a height of around 3 to 4 feet. As you can see, the buses, which at one time were completely submerged at the Batmalu bus station, have now emerged. The people, though, still say that they are stranded in several parts because of the roads being cut off because of water, and relief materials they claim is not able to reach them. People getting extremely restless, and because of that, it's also the army operation which is getting hampered.